Welcome back. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is Pillars of Eternity. Alright, let's go find that water,
Of
right?
course.
This is recent. Not good.
Huh? What's recent?
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. Least he left the water skins. Come on.
Footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water of the Kaliska. No, while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparta, one of the gods, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Sparfle's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Oh.
Ambush! Hmm?
Sometimes a weapon or spell simply isn't well suited to penetrating an enemy's damage reduction. When the attack hits, the DR will wipe out all but a small percentage of the incoming damage. You'll hear your characters complain about it when it happens. Take heed, note the damage type that's being blocked, and switch to a weapon or spell that does a different damage type. Okay. But that's not how it works in an actual fight. That is not at all what I told them to do.
Hmm?
Ouch. When a party member is reduced to 0 endurance, they are knocked out. This means they are out of the fight. As long as your side is victorious, they will regenerate their endurance when combat ends. Even though endurance regenerates after combat, health does not. Keep an eye on the bar to the left of a character's portrait to prevent them from becoming maimed or killed.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Well? Yes?
The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from its putrid waves. It wafts from it in putrid waves. The dark crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Oh, there's another one. Oh no. Galfas and Leader. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kaliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stand above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heodan, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life, or a fight you will lose. Oh, I can do this because I have lore 1? Okay. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Ir-Glanfas. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. You now have one rank in a disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputation will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity. But if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their disposition with what is favored by their deity and order respectively. For the main character only, their dispositions will modify the effects of holy radiance for priests and faith and conviction for paladins. Okay. So I say again, lay down your arms. Theodan, don't trust them, they mean to kill us. Let's see, we are innocent. What are my options here? Now let me go with my lore one again. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing you are worshippers of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Hayden winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with the beliefs, or because it's what you were told? The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. And what of Galawain's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Hyoden the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. All right. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good, the gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep within your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it's rending you apart from within. Caravan Master Odema, seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chests and bowels, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Theoden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Theoden and tackles him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Theoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you, despite the wind from your position. If you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. I'll throw a weapon at the attacker. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Theoden loose. Lurching to his feet, Theoden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet, and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A Buick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Okay, so she's a fighter, and he is also a rogue. I have no reputations. It said I gained a reputation, though. Okay. A lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble. Okay.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
Alright, what happened out there? Kaliska shakes her head. Windstorm, of a kind they only get in Ear Glenfoth. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glenfothan word is Bioak. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? I think so. Alright, so who attacked us? Glenfothans. Those would be the hut dwellers Odema warned you about. Look to be Fangs of Galloway, or the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema, I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glenfothans said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odema would never allow it. But as much as the Fangs are hotheads, Glenfothans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. Alright, what about everyone else in the caravan? Kaliska's lips press together and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. Alright, you don't seem too upset about all this. Kaliska looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. Fair point. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking, because there's nothing else to be done, and because there's other people you care about who still need you. Fair enough, Kaliska. Fair enough. Well, let's get going then. The trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zaurep. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. It's okay, I won't hurt you. The Zaurep recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. Raise your arms and stand still. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. Alright, so same thing there. Alright, slowly back away. The Zaurep watches warily as you go. Alright, we're not trying to start any fights right now. The Eastern Reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enable scouting mode to move stealthily and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors. Oh,
Be quiet.
so we have to be going in stealth to look for traps.
Those
and
tiles
secret
look suspicious. Let's be careful.
Alright.
Found something. There's something ahead.
Oh, this body had a journal. The small folio is torn in several pieces, and blood has soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice, and I got my hands on a genuine Egwithan artifact. The fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing as far as he's concerned. He's not willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Silantlis in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. Okay. Oh, that's right. I threw my other weapon. Lane. Alright, sorry, Heodin. I'm taking one of your daggers from you.
Wait. Do you hear that?
No, I don't. Mode is used both for stealth and for finding hidden objects like traps and secret containers. While scouting, your character's selection circles will start to fill with yellow when a character is starting to detect them. Once the circle fills yellow, the character is suspicious and will move to investigate while the circle fills red. If the circle becomes fully red, your character will be discovered. The character's ability to find hidden objects is based on his or her mechanic skill. A higher mechanic skill allows them to find objects at a greater distance. Okay. We're taking its ear and its meat? Okay, that's kind of disturbing. Oh, wait, we're
Take a
not
look at the
scouting
wall.
anymore?
Be quiet. Think we could get through?
Hatchet? Cool. A crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. Let's push on the wall then. Despite the damage, the stone looks heavy and solid. Oh no. Callisto is probably the strongest one among us. Then Callisto. Callisto pushes with all his might, and the crack begins to spread. Finally, the ancient masonry gives way. The wall crashes down, revealing a circular room ahead.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
Yeah, I'm sure I could too.
No prisoners!
That was another of those creatures. Alright.
They'll never know I'm
It's
here.
Scouting. Wish it would let me know when it's having us exit that.
Do you feel that? There's a draft coming through that wall. I don't hear any sign of that storm either.
Good. There's a big ass spider over there.
They won't see me coming.
Oh,
Fresh air in
basically
here. I think we found an exit.
I see
Sounds
something.
like the storm path, too.
We found a way around all these traps. Okay, got it.
It's finished. It's finished.
Worth a look.
It's finished. It's finished. It's finished. It's finished. It's finished.
Worth a look.
It's finished. It's finished. They won't see me coming.
Alright, shoot the spider. Good job.
Well,
Okay, we should all be fighting it. Okay.
what is it? Yes?
Bats as large as chickens are strung in the web. Okay. Oh. There's a rapier and a bloodstone here. Cool. Alright, you can have this back now, Theoden. Right, there's a body over here with a helm. Helmets come in many forms, from the humble padded caps with fully enclosed steel grey helms. Different cultures turn toward different styles of helms, but outside of regimented armies, the type of helmet an individual wears often comes down to personal preference. Okay, well this helm doesn't seem to offer any benefits, so there we go. Oh, can I change his colors? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I can make everyone match. That's cool. There we go. She's a warrior. She should wear the helmet. I'm guessing this is the way out. Four figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic husk. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with two protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision, and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land, and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them. They are all questions, pressing questions, troubling questions. Questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick gray beard and ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but then when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The machine at the figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Theoden and Calliska lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Vale may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Oh, I like them. Especially her. I guess I might as well wear that helmet. Oh, and apparently I've leveled. Well, we're gonna have to deal with that next time. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Pillars of Eternity, and I'm some guy you've never heard of.